Hello, fiends,
Hello, boils and ghouls.
and welcome to another episode of The Horror Experience. This has been a long one in the making. This being June 20th, this is the day that this particular movie came out in 1975, so we thought it would be appropriate to cover this film on the date of its release.
And a glorious film it is.
Yes, it is, and we're going to get into it, folks. We've got a lot of news for you. There's been a lot of things that have been going on this week. One of which, the director of Evil Dead Burn, the recent one that's just coming out here recently, says a eventual director's cut will be way more violent in some scenes that had been trimmed to get an R rating.
That's humorous.
So we're going to get, I guess, on disc,
Oh, yeah.
a lot more violent version.
Which, that's exciting.
Of that one. Yes, that excites me very much. On the Evil Dead path, folks, the Evil Dead Wrath movie that is set after Evil Dead Burn, from what we understand, is going to be set in 1972.
Woo.
Which is more or less going to be a prequel to the original.
Let's see what they do with that. Going to be interesting, to say the least.
That is very interesting. From what I have read, they're going to try to shoot it in a way that's going to feel like that period of time.
Let's see if they can keep their word on it.
You know, Evil Dead, although, folks, I know we all want the Evil Dead of the past. We all want the Bruce Campbell Evil Dead that we all grew up to love.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we can't have that. I mean, Bruce Campbell's going through his cancer thing and everything else. But besides that, Evil Dead, the franchise itself, has really not disappointed.
Right.
It has given us plenty of violence and gore since Army of Darkness and since the 2013 remake.
Mm-hmm.
It has entertained, to say the least. So I am looking forward to all of these new Evil Dead movies. I'm very intrigued on the simple fact that it had to be trimmed to get an R rating, that the director's cut will be way more violent.
Right, that's crazy.
The trailer itself, from what I've seen, holy shit.
Yeah,
it looks good to me, so if you can give me more violence, I am all for it.
Yes.
Yes, I am very much looking forward to that, folks. So I know Evil Dead Wrath will be sometime next year, the year after. Evil Dead Burn's coming out this year. So that's something you definitely want to look out. In other news, I know y'all are probably going to get tired of me hearing me doing this, sorry. But I can't help it, folks. It just keeps coming at me, and I can't help but to comment on it.
Just be careful.
The new Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, this dude's going to screw everything up.
Curry Barker, in this latest interview, if you will, aims to capture the rawness of the original classic.
Impossible.
Mr. Barker, you have already failed because it's not going to happen.
No, it's impossible. No.
You will not recapture the feel of the 74 film. It's not going to happen. I don't give a shit what you film it in.
Right.
I don't care how you do it. I don't care the cast of characters. I don't care what you... You're not going to do it, dude. Just give the shit up. And I know you're not, because you're going to keep fucking doing it, and you're going to keep putting shit in the fucking news, and you're going to keep... You know what? Just go ahead and ruin yourself, dude. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Just keep ruining your damn self, because that's exactly what you're going to do, because you're a fucking peon. Because what your latest movie, Obsession, is just ranting and raving. You know what? I haven't seen it. I don't want to see it because I think you're a little prick. And I don't think you're going to do my chainsaw any justice. If you do, then like I said before, I will gladly come on here and admit my wrong and say, you know what? I was wrong. He delivered a good film. I was very pleased with it. I was very happy with it. I thought he did a very good job. I will gladly come on here and say that. But until then...
Hang it up, kid.
You need to set it down and walk away, dude.
Seriously.
Because I'm telling you right now, with all the shit you're backtracking on and every damn thing else you're saying, you're just not going to fucking do it.
Nope.
We're going to move on, folks, because we're going to be covering Chainsaw in August. And I'll really tear his ass then. And I hope he hears it, or somebody he knows, or somebody he knows passes it on, because I really want him, to hear it. Maybe he'll gladly come on here and say, hey, man, I'll do an interview, and I'll let you know how I think, and I'm still going to tear him an ass. So either way, just leave Chainsaw alone. Just stop. It needs to stop.
It needs to be put to rest at this point, seriously.
Either way.
Moving on.
I'm sorry, I almost forgot. I know this is not necessarily horror, folks, but this is exciting to me. George Miller is seeking out Hollywood studios in hopes of making one last Mad Max movie.
Ooh.
And perhaps, I don't know how well this is going to work, a TV show before he sells the rights.
I don't know.
I really don't know how I feel about George selling the rights to Mad Max.
That is a bit upsetting.
He's owned it for all these years, and it's been what it is.
Right.
Folks, he makes one more Mad Max movie. Let's hope we get Mel Gibson back. I don't know if we will. We were so close, like literally, folks, within a hair of having Mel Gibson back as Max Rockatansky, and it didn't happen. We got Tom Hardy instead with Fury Road. A good movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Hugh Keys Bryan played Immortan Joe, which of all you Mad Max fans out there know was the original toe cutter in the first film. A good film, nonetheless, but still not Mad Max in my eyes. Let's bring Mel back. Let's get one. If you're going to sell the rights, let's do one more fucking good one.
Yes.
I don't know what this is going to be. I honestly, this is like the most we know right now. Is one more Mad Max movie before he sells the rights. When he sells the rights, God only knows what Hollywood's going to do. Completely fuck it up. We can only hope for the best, but let's hope that we can get at least one more Mel Gibson film out of it.
Yeah.
And one more thing I want to mention before we get on to our big episode here. Robert Eggers' Werewolf has had an update.
Ooh.
And if you look this up, folks, you got to look it up. But Werewolf is, when you type it in, you want to do the Werewolf, WULF, instead of the regular Werewolf. So it's Werewolf with Robert Eggers. We have gotten a screenshot. The only shot we got is like this snowy kind of woods thing. Like it's the woods, it's like snow on the ground. It's and that's about all we've gotten. But what we do have is Robert Eggers saying that this is the darkest story that he's ever written.
Interesting.
That, folks, intrigues me.
Me too.
That movie also will be opening on Christmas Day of this year, folks. So if you're looking for that, and I am looking forward to this, there's not much on it. You can look it up if you want, but there's not a whole heck of a lot to tell on it. We're getting like bits and pieces. That little bit that I brought you, I just found out today. So I don't know if you can find out any more. If you do, more power to you.
Mm-hmm.
But I am definitely looking forward to this because it's like those little teases that really get you. You know,
it really gets you hooked into it.
But let's get into it, folks. We are here for one reason and one reason only. Mm-hmm. Today is June 20th.
Yeah.
June 20th is the anniversary of the release date of the great film Jaws, which we are covering today. Folks, there is a lot to cover here today, so sit down, lay back, settle in, buckle down. We're about getting ready to get into it, and there's a lot to get into today, folks. I am your host, as always. I am the Butcher. And across from me, a man that needs no introduction, folks, Mr. Schizo the Clown.
We're going to need to pick a boat.
We probably are for this one. Yes, very well said. Folks, this is going to be a huge episode. Just had to tell my wife to retrieve me an item from the refrigerator. Without further ado, folks, Jaws. What can you say about this film? How many people, I mean, really, you say the word Jaws, everybody knows what you're talking about. It is a household name.
Yep.
It has done what Jason's done for the hockey mask, what Leatherface has done for the chainsaw. I mean, Jaws, it's a household name. And what we have always said before, Spielberg's lightning in a bottle moment. And this was the exact film that he referred to that as. So, here we are, June 20th, 2026. And we're talking about a film that was released June 20th, 1975. The director of Jaws, as we all know, the great Steven Spielberg. The writers for that were Peter Benchley, which also wrote the book that inspired the film. We'll catch on that a little bit later.
Yes.
And Carl Gottlieb. The budget on this film was an estimated $7 million at
Good
the time.
Lord.
Gross U.S. and Canada, $280,083,300. Opening weekend, U.S. and Canada, $7,061,513. Gross worldwide, $490,763,300.
Damn.
Now, I don't know if that's updated. I'm sure it's probably been made more.
Yeah, probably so. I wouldn't doubt it. Goodness gracious.
As popular as this movie is, I'm surprised it's probably not a lot more than that, but that is what IMDb is reporting as of this day. The movie was starring Roy Scheider as, of course, Chief Brody.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Shaw, we all love, as Mr. Quint.
Farewell.
Oh, yes.
And adieu, fair Spanish ladies.
Mr. Richard Dreyfuss as Hooper.
Yeah.
We all come to love.
Hooper.
Lorraine Gary, Maury Hamilton, the how would you say, the mayor that decided to ignore all of it.
The moron of the movie.
Jeffrey Kramer, and of course, there was a host of other people that starred in this movie, folks.
Yeah.
But let us all give a round of applause to our most important star of the movie, Mr. Bruce the Shark.
The Great White Turd, as Spielberg called him from time to time.
Yes, the Great White Turd. And named him Bruce after his lawyer.
Damn.
Which
that is even funnier. So appropriate. Are you serious?
Yes,
Come on.
he named Bruce after his lawyer.
That's appropriate as hell. Good God.
He named him Bruce after his lawyer, and then it just kind of progressed, and then everybody started calling him Bruce, so the name just became Bruce. But I remember when I first saw the film, we took a vacation to the beach. We took a vacation to Myrtle Beach, which Myrtle Beach at the time was the place to go. It is now called Murder Beach.
Uh-huh. Sad.
I have no problem saying this because I need people to know what that place is now. Don't go to Myrtle Beach, people. It's a waste of time.
Now it is.
Yeah, it used to be a place for family, fun. When the pavilion was there, I mean, I grew up going there, and it was a wonderful, wonderful place. They tore down the pavilion, and it's become nothing but crime ever since. But I remember in those days, back in the 80s, when the ABC big time movie would come on. And Jaws was one of those movies.
Right.
We were at the beach that year
Oh, hell.
when Jaws was going to debut on TV. Now, of course, my mother, being that she is, Mom, I love you to death, wasn't quite sure about the movie. My dad was a huge fan. By the way, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day to my father, who is no longer here, and I miss dearly. But thank you, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there who are raising their children the right way.
Correct.
And my father was one of those. And we got to see Jaws. I got to stay up and watch Jaws, and we were at the beach. And I will never forget when we got up the next day and we went to go out to the beach. Evidently, that was like the big movie of the time. That was like back then, like the ABC, I can't remember what it was called. It was like the it wasn't a midnight movie. It was like the big debut. It came on about probably 7 or 8 o'clock.
Right.
And it was like the big movie, like the
Not
movie
the
of the
matinee.
day. Yeah, it was a like the big premiere of like
Right.
a big movie at the time, and Jaws was that movie. And we watched it, and I was just like, I was hooked.
Right.
I was like, at the time when I was a kid, that was like one of the greatest movies I'd ever seen. And then you went out the next day, and we went out to the beach, and there was evidently, like I said, the ABC movies back then were a big thing, so
Yep.
everybody watched it. It was like a UFC fight now, or
Right.
something like, I don't know, like the Jake Paul and Tyson fight. Everybody tuned in.
Yep.
Okay. I hate to use that as a reference because that wasn't even a fight.
Right.
But either way, everybody tuned in. So you went out the next day, and there was nobody in the water.
Just like in the movie.
There was like literally nobody in the water. Like everybody was scared to go into the water. And Jaws made that much of an impact
Mm-hmm.
on people.
They're just glad they didn't have a dickhead mayor to be like, get in the water. Why aren't you in the water? Because there's a damn shark in the water, you damn fool.
Oh, I know. And he almost did it for 2 damn films, which that was another thing, the folks, that we want to rally for, is the fact that Jaws was never shot in 3D. Now, about a couple years ago, and I'm looking at my promo poster on my wall with my movie ticket right now. It was released in Real D 3D. Now, the original Jaws, as you know, people, was never in 3D.
Correct.
But they re-released it in Real D 3D. Okay? For the first time ever. I went to see it the first night that it opened. I got my poster and my ticket. I'm looking at it right now. It was remarkable. But the simple fact that Jaws 3 was shot in 3D, taken out of 3D like most movies, like Friday the 13th and everything else, when it hit video cassette, it was taken out of 3D. And has been ever since, except for a few movies, including Friday the 13th. It has been re-released in 3D with the 3D glasses. Jaws 3 has not been.
Well, that's just rude.
It's been sitting there and sitting there and sitting there with no release. Universal, get your head out of your ass. I know we're talking about Jaws right now, but I need to cover this because you can release the original Jaws in Real D that was never in 3D to begin with.
But
You can release Creature from the Black Lagoon in 3D in theaters in Real D. My wife and I went to see it last year. I'm looking to my right now at the tickets under my original pair of unused 1980 Creature from the Black Lagoon 3D glasses. But you're not giving us Jaws 3 in 3D. You're not re-releasing this in 3D.
that makes no sense.
Universal, I don't understand what the hell you're like. Honestly, I don't get it. Are you that stupid? You must be, because that's a moneymaker.
Understatement.
I mean, yes, it may not be the most popular of Jaws films, but to re-release it in 3D, those who have seen it in 3D saw it in the theater when it came out, because after that, it's never been released in 3D. Never. You took it out of 3D when it hit video cassette, and it's never been in 3D. I have never seen it in 3D.
Nor have I.
I own it. I own all the Jaws films, but it's not in 3D. So Universal, please get your head out of your ass and re-release this movie in 3D. Give us a pair of glasses. Give us a pair of glasses like a reproduction of the original glasses that would have been released in the theater when the movie came out. Dude, that's a selling point.
Really?
You're going to fucking sell it.
Yeah. And
I just don't understand what the hell your problem is. I don't understand why you won't release Creature from the Black Lagoon in 3D. You re-released it when the 3D TVs came out, which aren't sold anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And those that have been sold, the backlights were bad about going out on them. And now, if you have one, the backlight goes, it's going to cost you like $5,000 to replace it, which is more than what the TV's worth. They don't even make the TVs anymore. Release Creature from the Black Lagoon in 3D. Offer us the 3D glasses. I don't understand what the hell you're doing. Hollywood, folks. They got their heads stuck so far up their ass. They don't know what they're doing. And I don't think they care either.
No.
Moving on. Jaws was the next film. Well, I know that Spielberg did do Sugarland Express.
Yeah, that was his second.
And Jaws came after he had gone into an office and glanced at a small reading of it.
At a thick ass
and
papers.
Said, you know what? I want this movie.
Because he said it reminded him of Duel, but in the water.
Yeah, and again, if you watch the movie and then you watch Duel, if you haven't seen Duel, you need to see it, folks.
Yes, listen to our episode on that, please.
Yes, listen to our episode on Duel. That is a very good movie. It is Spielberg's first film.
Which also debuted on television first.
Yes. Now, Jaws was a bigger release.
Oh, yes, of course, but still.
And the funny thing is, when they were doing Jaws, those of you who are my age that know classic actors know, when they were first doing the film, that Lee Marvin was offered the role of Quint originally, but he turned it down. Now, Lee Marvin, a phenomenal actor. You may know him in The Dirty Dozen, which is one of my dad's favorite films. Happy Father's Day to my father, who's no longer with us. Dad, I miss you. Another movie, I think it was called Death Hunt, that had Charles Bronson in it. God, that was a good movie.
Huh. Great
film. And he's been the Big Red One. He's been in a lot of movies. But he was originally offered the role of Quint, but he turned it down. Now, I'm sure he probably regrets that.
Oh, I'm definitely
Or
sure.
regrets that to this day. I think he's passed on since then. But I know when it opened, I mean, they weren't really expecting much when it opened. But the lines, when they went out to one of the theaters,
that was hilarious.
They drove by, and they weren't expecting. They thought, well, we expected maybe like 10 people or so. The line wrapped around the building.
Yeah.
And for the next showing, wrapped around the building, and the next showing, wrapped around the building. Like, it was selling out, folks.
Yeah.
Like, left and right then. And that's when they knew. I mean, because at that time, they really didn't know if they had a movie. Like, all the shit they went through and all the shit Spielberg went through, they didn't know if they had a movie.
Right.
And it's funny when you watch it now and you think about it, as iconic as it is. And you think about the comments on that. Like, we didn't think we had a movie, and you were sitting there thinking, are you fucking nuts?
Well, you also got to look at the times, too. Like, they had never seen anything like that, done anything like that.
That's the thing, is we look at it now, and we look at the interviews, we're like, are you fucking nuts? But then you think back on it, then you're just like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
Seriously.
it. Because, like, the movie that you and I have worked on,
yeah,
we're still sitting here kind of going, Is this ever going to come out? Because they were saying June. I haven't heard a damn thing.
I haven't either.
I haven't heard anything. So it was like, this going to come out?
Right.
Is it going to be worth a shit? We don't know, folks. This could be like a blockbuster. We could be sitting here signing autographs like a couple of months from now. I don't know. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. But either way, it's like the same thing. It's like they didn't know.
Right.
You know.
Like even during one of the first screenings, the two producers were so nervous about it, they stopped at a local bar, had a stiff drink, went in expecting nothing to happen. People were going to laugh because they knew the shark was fake. But the screams started and never ended. Dude, they knew they had a hit.
That was the thing. They knew the shark was fake. They were there on set.
Mm-hmm.
They saw it. Nobody else did.
Right.
I can relate to that. Like, I could relate to shooting a movie. Everything's going wrong that could possibly go wrong. I know how the shark's built. I know how it works. Like one of the first scenes, I remember when they were talking about they shot it and everybody was sitting on the beach watching and the shark's supposed to come out of the water and it came up tail up.
Yeah.
Like the hydraulics like completely failed.
Yeah.
And the tail just went bloop like out of the water. Like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, really? This is how... And it's funny because if you think about that, like I would have said the same thing. Okay,
yeah.
Dude, we're screwed. We're screwed. Everybody just saw that. Look at it. Over 50 years later, folks, and we're still talking about this movie as one of the greatest films of all time.
And what's funny is like 9 times out of 10, all you ever heard, the shark isn't working. I repeat, the shark is not working.
Yeah, I know. They were 100 days behind schedule.
Yeah.
Why? Because the shark didn't work.
No, it refused.
Like half the time, the shark did not work. And it was because it was built, when they built the shark, they built it for fresh water.
Yes.
They put it in salt water, and it ate the hydraulic lines.
Yeah.
Like folks, if you've ever been to the beach, if you've ever been to a part of the beach where it's full of salt water, the salt just eats shit alive.
Yeah.
If you have jet skis, if you have boats, when you pull them off of the water, you have to flush them out. You have to, because if you don't, the salt water will eat them alive. Same thing here.
And not to mention the currents and shit was like beating up the shark. Like, so when the waves and the water were hitting it, it was beating up the hydraulics and everything too. So he was taking a real beating in that water.
Filmed in Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts, which we'll touch on later.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the ocean can be very unpredictable.
Yes, it can.
I know, and it's funny because the ocean everywhere can be unpredictable. Now, I know that Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts is a lot different than the Gulf Coast. Yes. I can tell you that my brother living on the Gulf Coast, being down in Florida, that when you were out on jet skis or out on a boat and you saw a storm in the distance coming up on the beach, you had better turn that boat around and dump the damn throttle, because I'm telling you, it looks like it's 100 miles out. No, folks, it's not. It's like 10 fucking seconds out. You think, oh, that's way far out. No, in 10 seconds, that fucker is on you. Trust me.
Yeah.
I have been through it on jet skis with the lightning. Bam, 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 bam. That was, talking about pucker your asshole moment, folks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you drag the skis up on as far as the beach as you can damn go and jump in the damn car. And then you look in the mirror and there's one floating behind you. And then you got to go jump. Yeah. The ocean is nothing to play with, folks.
Nope.
Even I would suppose up there. I mean, you don't get the tropical climate that you do in Martha's Vineyard, but you're still going to get choppy waters from time to time, because on the weather that's coming in. And so it would eat the hydro lines on the shark. Now, this is where Spielberg was genius, folks. if you remember in the film, and those who have not seen the film, I know you're listening to this right now, and I'm going to say once again, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
You need to go. Ow! I'm sorry, folks. Our resident
Kitchen.
Yes, as you have heard, those of you who have listened into our past episodes know that we have a small kitten that we have rescued from under the house. We don't know where the mother is. The mother did not claim her. We have decided to bring her into a loving home, and she has proceeded to be an asshole.
She's choosing violence.
She keeps attacking us. She just bit into my damn ankle. Fuck.
Ankle biter.
Yeah, he's just an ankle biter. So if you hear me ow and go from, that's just the cat, please. Ignore. Yeah, and it's perfect because my wife ordered a little shark costume for the cats, just for the episode, but we have been unable to get it on the cats because they just struggle too much. And you know what? If any of you are cat owners, you know, if they don't want to go into a costume, it's not going to happen.
Correct.
So you might as well just give up. But we thought it would be appropriate if one of the cats just walked out in a shark costume, but it's not going to happen either way, folks. What?
Savannah just hissed at mine.
Oh. Either way. Moving on, folks. So the cool thing about that is the hydraulic lines weren't working. The shark wasn't working. So what did Spielberg do? He substituted the barrels.
Which was brilliant.
We see the barrels in the film. We know the shark is attached to said barrels.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really see him. We don't know where he is. But we see the barrel, so we know he's close.
Yeah, we know he is around.
I think that was genius on his part to add the barrels, because every time we see the barrels, it's the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
It's what you cannot see. We see the barrels. They pop up out of the water with, oh, fuck, there's a shark.
Mm-hmm.
There's the shark. Oh, we know. And our mind is already like, it's already seeing like this. We're thinking, okay, it's this shark. I mean, we're thinking it's 100 foot. It's 50 foot. I mean, we're thinking all this crazy thing. It's like it's just George Romero saying as well. It's your mind is like the worst thing. Like we can show you things off camera, and your mind is going to tell you you've seen the worst part of it.
Yeah.
Same with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You saw very little blood, but your mind made you think you've seen this bloodbath.
Yeah.
It's like a psychological thing, man. And it was genius. And Spielberg even accredited it to being Jaws as being a sequel to Duel.
Yep, he did.
The whole big truck, the big massive truck, the menacing
Leviathan
truck
coming after
yeah,
him.
fight the little 71 Plymouth Valiant. And you think about Jaws, this humongous shark coming after the orca. It was like the same thing.
Yep.
I mean, and Spielberg put that into his film. I mean, it wasn't like obvious.
Right.
But he put it in there. And those of us who are like the huge fans of us, we can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's and then like we said in Duel, especially at the end, at that little bit of a roar, when Jaws had been blown apart and he's sinking to the bottom, and you hear that was the same effect that was played in Duel.
Spielberg's own words.
He came, I'm sorry, not Spielberg, but Peter Benchley, the guy that wrote the book that the movie came from.
Yep.
He had came up with the idea watching a movie that was called Blue Water White Death. That was a documentary that came out, and it was a documentary on sharks at the time, on great white sharks.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy on the documentary. Oh shit! I dropped my pen. I gotta catch it. Okay, I got my pen, folks. Okay, we're back in action. And a guy at the time had caught a 4,500-pound, 18-foot great white shark.
Yep. And he said, I wonder what would happen if that big thing never went away.
That is a beast.
Yeah.
I mean, just like Cooper said, an eating machine.
Yeah.
This thing breeds little baby sharks and eats.
And swims.
And I mean, that alone, I mean, a 4,500-pound 18-foot shark, and Jaws was 25 foot, I think.
3 tons.
I mean, yeah, you're going to quit.
Yeah, I remember that entirety.
That is a huge great white, and there's been other great whites, folks. If you look here recently, and it's odd because great whites, I'd followed great whites for a little while, and I know that they had really been off of the coast of Africa and Australia. They would breed off one, feed off the other, and kind of go back and forth. Here recently, they've been showing up more and more off of our coasts.
Interesting.
North Carolina, South Carolina, so on and so forth. It's odd the great whites are showing up this far. And I don't know what it could possibly be. The simple thing is, I remember when I was younger, I used to go into the ocean. I didn't think twice about it. I used to go boogie boarding and all that. Folks, you could not pay me enough to go into the ocean anymore.
Amen.
Hell no.
Amen.
There are too many great whites that have been spotted right off of our coast. And it's odd because it didn't used to be that way.
Right.
I don't know how the great white is it something of a food chain? Is it something with warmer temperatures? I don't know. I just know there's a lot more great whites that are being seen on our coast up here, but I know one of the ideas of Jaws, I think it came from something of, it was like something that happened in Jersey many years ago when a shark had come in to a swimming area and attacked somebody.
Yeah.
And killed them. I don't know if they killed them. I know it severely injured them. I mean, look, folks, it's been our fear. Like, since Jaws came out, really, if you look at it, think about it. How many times have you been in a bathtub? If you've seen Jaws, if you know of sharks, if you know what sharks can do, follow me on this one. You've been in the tub. You've been in a swimming pool. And one of the first thoughts in your mind is, there's a shark in here.
Yeah.
There's a shark that's going to come get me.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I think we've all thought it. And I think one of the movies and one of the things that has drawn to that is Jaws.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Jaws has really made an impact. And when they were trying to come up with the name, there were pages upon pages of title ideas that lasted for months. It lasted for months. They could not come up with a name for this. And there was like a ton of names. I couldn't write them all down that they would come up with. And it was a lot of ridiculous stuff. Like you look at it now, it's like, no, that never could have worked. No, that wouldn't have worked.
Right.
And they finally, they had Jaws written down. They said, well, everybody kept commenting on Jaws. So that's eventually what they went with.
Right.
So you know what, we're going to call it Jaws. So they did. Peter Benchley wrote the book. It was a multi-million bestseller book.
Mm-hmm. It was. That thing blew up.
They changed the cover of it a few times because the original cover they thought looked too much of a phallus.
Yeah,
if
I
you
wonder
will.
why.
Those of you who have seen the original artwork of
'Cause,
the book, yeah, it kind
hell.
of okay. I mean, if you look,
Take the picture of Jaws and take the teeth out. There you go.
I almost said something.
And settle down.
Look, folks, we're working with a guy, and
he's an English guy.
Lawrence of Arabia. He was an English guy. Those who have seen Hollywood Nights, folks, you know what I'm talking about. Those who have not, you need to go see that film. No, it is not a horror film. It is a classic comedy film.
Yes.
And Hollywood Nights, that's Nights, K-N-I-G-H-T. You got to see that one, folks. It's funnier than hell.
Yeah.
Either way, yes, a multi-million-dollar best-selling book at the time, and Zanuck and Brown bought the rights to the book because they wanted to turn this into a film, and so they had a director. Spielberg was not the first director on this film that they had.
Nope.
They had a director, but this director kept calling the shark a whale.
Moron.
He kept calling it a whale. They kept going. So they said, you know what, you're out. You're out. And yes, folks, they fired him over kept calling it a whale.
I mean,
And came Steven Spielberg, got the call for the film.
right.
Thank you.
Yes. And
Thank you.
it's humorous because when he originally first saw the script for Jaws, like you say, he just saw the big letters and a stack of papers. Like, I have to have this movie. I want to, because he's like, when I was younger, he's like, well, Duel had 4 letters. Jaws has 4 letters. I have to have this movie.
And there you have it, folks. Everything fell into place with this film for Spielberg. Now, what he went through,
oh Lord,
may
have
not
mercy.
have. And we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah.
But enter Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts, where the film was shot. Now, Martha's Vineyard, to this day, folks, still resembles the Amity Island that we know and love in the movies.
Which is awesome.
And we're gonna touch a little more on that a little bit later here in this episode because there's some other things that you might like to know about it. I can tell you that, and I didn't write the name down. I wish I would have. Those who have seen the movie, one of the Brody kids that walks in beginning of the film, and they're on a swing set or something.
Yeah, I got attacked by a vampire.
And so they got attacked by a vampire.
Yeah, Michael.
And he had his hand cut. The actor that played that part, his brother. Now the actor that played that part passed away.
Oh man.
But the brother owns a retail, like a Jaws, Martha's Vineyard type shop in Martha's Vineyard to this day.
That's awesome.
So he tries to keep that memory alive for his brother, which is really cool. And I hope to get to one day. My wife's nephew and niece just moved to the area, so I am very jealous.
Right.
Because I know they're probably going to get there before I do, and I'm just hoping that they will call in and tell me all the great sights that they get to see, including the Jaws Bridge. We'll touch on that a little bit later.
Right.
But 3 different sharks were built.
Yep.
For the film.
Left to right and right to left.
And the 26-foot, there was an 18-foot shark, a 26-foot shark, and a 32-foot shark to choose from. And Spielberg thought out of all those three, the 26-foot shark would be the best one to go with. And he was correct. And there were three different ones that were built for the film.
Right.
Of course, as you see in the film, there was the crane shots and the side shots and the coming out of the water shot. So yes, they had three different sharks for the film. Bob Matty was taken out of retirement to build the shark.
Yep.
Now this guy, you say, well, he's taken out of retirement. Well, what for? Well, let me tell you, folks. He was one of the ones that built the giant squid for the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea,
which was awesome.
I got to ride that ride at Disney before they took it out. And I can tell you that it was I don't know, I guess the kids would have thought it was a little bit cooler. My brother and I kind of laughed at it.
Right.
But it was what it was. But we did get to ride the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea before it was torn out. So I liked the movie. I've liked it since I was a kid. I just thought that submarine was cool as shit.
Yeah.
That one that would go and ram the boats. I mean, dude, I thought that thing was like cool as hell. So at the time when I was a kid, I was like, everything like that had 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, I was intrigued.
Right.
So when I finally got to ride the ride, dude, that was cool as shit for me. Which when then you finally got to ride it, you're kind of like, oh,
right,
okay, this is okay. Well, I mean, hell, I got to ride it at least, so I guess
Right.
I'll give it that much. But either way, yes, the great Bob Matty was taken out of retirement to build the shark.
Mm-hmm.
And as we told you here in the beginning of the segment, that the shark was named after Mr. Spielberg's attorney. So he kept naming it Bruce, and everybody else on the set started calling it Bruce. And then next thing you know, the name stuck. So the shark's name ended up being Bruce.
Yep.
And another cool thing. Oh, well, if you remember in the film, that there are, but it wasn't really until Hooper was in the cage that there were actual shark footage. And that was provided by Ron and Valerie Taylor. Now, those two were like shark enthusiasts.
Yeah.
They studied sharks, and they were casted in the film to do some of the live shark scenes. So if you see it towards the end, you will notice the difference between Bruce and an actual shark. Like the actual shark had more of that razor pointed kind of look, and they had the Hooper. The one scene when he was in the cage, and I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but I guess I got to mention this. There was a miniature. They had a miniature cage and a little miniature person built
to make the shark look bigger.
When you watch the movie and you see the cage, and then the shark's like caught up in the top of the cage and he's rolling. He's like he's trying to get out. Of course, yes, that's actual footage, folks.
Yeah.
But the cage and the little miniature Hooper, which I don't think he was in there at the time, those were fake. So they built a miniature to make the sharks look bigger. But really, you could tell.
Yeah, you really could. The way I could tell was because after watching it so many times, Bruce's mouth was always moving, like at a constant, and an actual shark just always had his mouth closed. And then, yes, it is correct, that cage was empty, but that was the only footage they could get from that shot because sharks attack bait, not somebody in a cage just to do it. So that one miraculously got caught in the winch with nobody in the cage, so they had to, how they said, rewrite that scene so that it would make sense.
Well, and you can also tell, too, because Bruce
was huge.
Like his snout
was pointed.
Wasn't the same.
That
like the other sharks were a little more slim.
Yeah, he was
Bruce.
a wide boy.
Bruce was a little more chunky.
Yeah, he was.
So you can kind of tell the difference. So, folks, those who have seen the movie, you know what we're talking about.
And then also, well, no, that's just jumping a little too far ahead. I'll leave that be.
Okay. We'll probably touch on that here shortly. Doing the Ron and Valerie Taylor, George Lucas visited the set.
Yeah.
On an occasion or two, and visited the shark on the set, which I thought was really cool. Because if you all know, Spielberg, Lucas, and all them went on to do the Raiders of the Lost Ark and all those movies later on. So it was kind of cool that they were all done. And of course, Lucas came on set and thought, yeah, I mean, he approved of the shark.
Yeah.
He said, man, this thing looks real. And it did.
It did.
I mean, for the time.
I'll say, yeah, for the time.
Dude, it looked better than any CGI you could have done.
Most definitely.
I mean, it looked
Like,
way
holy
fucking like if
hell.
that movie would have been CGI at the time.
Trash.
It wouldn't have been any. No.
Like, none of those scenes would have made sense if they were CGI.
No. And so Lucas visited the shark. Of course, they tried to keep the shark covered for a majority of it because so many people were coming out to see it. They didn't want people to see the shark. So they tried to keep it covered. May 8th, 1974, filming began on Martha's Vineyard. And the opening scene, for those who have seen it,
Brilliant.
was supposed to have the shark. In the beginning scene, they were going to show the shark. Where Christy's being, Christy in the movie, being thrown back and forth. But, of course, they could not show the shark because why? The shark was not working. It was
part of it, yeah.
It was being repaired at the time. Which, if you think about it, genius once again because of the fear of what you cannot see. And they had, her name was Susan Backlini. I could be saying that wrong. But she was Chrissy in the beginning of the film, if you guys know, the very first kill in that film.
Yep.
She had a harness on her for that kill scene. And she had 5 people
just pulling
on one
her
rope
back and forth,
and 5 people on another rope pulling her back and forth. So when you see her thrashing back and forth in the ocean, those are people pulling her back and forth and back and forth, which was, it really wore her out.
Which is funny because the first pull down when she gets pulled under the water for the very first time was actually Steven. Steven did that. He was underwater holding on to an anchor, and then when it was time, he just gave her a good yank under the water.
See, folks, Hollywood magic back then. There was no CGI. There was no fakeness. There was no nothing. You got the raw footage.
Yes.
And that's what made these films great.
Yes.
And that's what will continue to make them great. So let's take a stand. Let's take a stand.
Yes, make film great again.
No more CGI, damn it.
Yeah, no kidding.
We don't need any more of that. It doesn't work.
Nope. Yeah. Like you were saying, she was had those 5 dudes here, 5 dudes there running back and forth. So she was in the water, but if anything went wrong, nobody would know. So she was actually able, if something went wrong, there was a string, she could just pull on that and she'd be let loose.
That scene was so powerful.
Yes, it was. Very impactful.
You have a movie that's called Jaws. You have a general idea it's about a shark. This opening scene is this girl going out to swim at night. All of a sudden, you see that bottom shot coming up. And then she starts being thrown back and forth, and then she's sitting there still. Oh, God.
It hurts. Oh, my God.
And it's like the thing's chewing on her, and then it just pulls her under.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yep.
That's all we got.
And she's gone.
Dude, at that time,
Dude, that was freaky.
that was terrifying.
Yes.
Like, what the fuck just happened? What the hell was that?
Right.
You know, we didn't really see the shark until that nightmare estuary scene, which we'll touch on here shortly. But going to, well, no, I'm sorry. No, well, we would have seen the shark in the Alex Kittner scene, ladies and gentlemen, that we all know.
Yeah, that was
one of the first kills of the movie. Well, and I'm sorry, the second it would have been the second kill. Yeah. The old Alex Kittner scene where he wants to go back into the water and then your fingers are going to prune. No, just let me. Okay, go back out in the water.
10 more minutes.
And then, of course, that's where we lost the famous Pippin.
Yep.
The old dog, Pippin. Pippin was an appetizer, folks.
Yep.
For the main course, that was then Alex Kittner.
Unfortunately.
Alex Kittner scene, which would have been way more brutal than what we got. We do in later versions, the 50th anniversary version, the 45th anniversary version, we do have the full-blown version of it. Of course, Spielberg thought that it was in bad taste. He kind of cut it. At the time, it was way more bloodier than the one we got on film.
Wow.
There was a big barrel when they shot that scene. So there's like this big barrel in the water. And it's filled with all the fake blood and everything. So Alex Kittner the shark comes forward, bites down on him. They hit the switch on this thing and it shoots all the blood up in there.
Right.
And then there were divers that were underneath him that pulled him under the water. This is what we see. Now, in the earlier versions in TV, that was like all we saw. Like I said, when they first shot it, if you have the 50th anniversary, folks, if you have the 45th anniversary, any of those anniversary versions, you'll get the full-blown version of the Kittner scene, which was way more bloodier. But now you look at it now and you think, well, it's not that bloody.
Right.
Well, back then, yeah, it kind of was. But you can compare. Compare to the first time you saw it to the time you see it now when the scene was added, because it was taken out, then it was added back later. Spielberg just thought it was just too much back then. Yeah, I get it. It was in the 70s. I get it.
Yeah.
But yes, way more bloodier. Now, I mean, I kind of, to be honest with you, I like the original, the bloodier thing coming out of the.
Oh my!
The bloodier version coming out of the water. I thought it was cool.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, let's move on, folks, to the good old mayor, the asshole of the film.
Douchebag. Piece of shit.
Who was played by none other than Murray Hamilton.
Did an outstanding job.
Oh, and he did. I mean, the guy did an outstanding job. We all loved to hate him.
Of course, that was his first pick. And Spielberg's like, oh, I didn't have to go through him. I wanted him, and I got him.
And the guy denied everything. He denied every damn thing. Well,
oh, yeah.
The beaches are open. Everybody's happy. Dude, there's like a 25-foot damn shark swimming right off the shore, eating people.
But we've killed the predator. It's in the papers.
And you're just it's a tiger shark. Oh, what?
That was hilarious. And everyone knows amity means friendship.
One of my favorite lines of the movie, folks, when Hooper arrives on the island.
Oh, yeah.
To this day, and I don't care how many times I've seen it, to this day, it cracks me up. When he's standing there on the dock, and he says to those guys, when they're all going out to go hunt this shark, and he says, is there a good hotel or restaurant on the island? And the guy says, yeah, walk straight ahead.
They're all going to die.
Yeah, he turns around, yeah, they're all going to die. That was a great scene, folks. It always cracks me up.
Or when he gets off the boat and gives his bag to the guy. Hello back.
Hello there, young fella. How are you? That was the man that played Ben Gardner, ladies and gentlemen. And Ben Gardner, he was a local, there was a lot of locals that acted in that film. Ben Gardner, the guy that played Ben Gardner was one of those locals in the area. And the very few scenes that you see him in, the lines that he spoke were ad-libbed. They did not give him a script.
Right.
They just let him go.
Yeah.
So that one scene where they bust into those rocks, boys, and he was just
They're
going
gonna
with
wish
it.
their fathers hadn't met their
I
mothers
know,
when they were
it's
digging their asses out of them rocks.
It's funnier than shit. Yeah, they just let him go with it, folks. They just let him go with it. And that was awesome. And then you have, well, of course, you got the mayor, which everybody hated the mayor. 'Cause,
Yes.
he denies every damn thing. He's in it for the damn money.
Yeah. This is a summer town. We need those summer dollars.
Yeah, we need those summer dollars. You yell shark.
We've got a
everybody
panic on our hands
Yeah.
on the 4th of July.
Everybody says, you're a barracuda. Says, huh?
Huh?
What? You yell shark. We got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July. Well, motherfucker, there's a shark out there.
No kidding.
But, he wants to cover it up.
Yeah, every which way from Tuesday, even after Alex's mother legitimately slaps Chief in the face, calls him out. You knew the whole time last week a girl was killed and you let people go swimming, and leaves. The mayor. Nah, she's wrong. No, she's right.
Alex Kittner's mom.
Yeah.
The slap heard around the world
Understatement. She slapped the shit out of him.
on that film. Yeah.
Like she caught him in the ear with that shit.
She knew it. She knew it. Brody knew it. Chief Brody knew it. They all knew it.
Yeah.
Hooper knew it. That's why they called Hooper in. He knew what was out there. He was measuring the bite radius on the shark that they had supposedly caught. And he said the bite radius don't match.
Right.
It does not match the wounds on the victim. On the first victim. It does not match the wounds.
Yeah, boat accident.
You want to be
shit.
sure. We all want to be sure.
Yeah.
And of course, then the mayor just wants to fucking keep denying it.
Yep.
Dickhead.
And of course, Hooper, we just got to cut it open and see what it's been eating.
Hey, you're going to keep ignoring this problem until it swims up and bites you on the ass.
You know what? That's it. I'm out of here. I can't work with a man who wants to be lined up to be a hot lunch.
Yeah. Peter Benchley, folks, the man that wrote the book. If you've seen the movie, and I'm sure you all have, if you haven't, then
Get on it.
you just stop now, go watch the movie, and then pick up.
Pretty much,
where
yeah.
you left
Just
off.
push pause.
Peter Benchley was the man on the beach doing the reporting. That was the man who wrote the book, Jaws.
Yep.
Who started this whole thing. He was the man on the beach when you see the scene where he's doing, there is a cloud
Of
in
darkness.
the shape of a killer shark.
Mm-hmm.
He was the reporter. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Peter Benchley. That is the man of the hour. That is the man who wrote the book. If he would not have written the book, we had never have got the movie. So thank you, Mr. Peter Benchley, for doing that.
Yes.
Jaws Bridge, if you look it up on Google, folks, and it is on Google. If you look it up in Martha's Vineyard, it is called Jaws Bridge. It is the bridge in the film. Brody's running down. He jumps halfway off of it when the shark's in the estuary. Hundreds of people jump off of that bridge every year.
Damn.
Yes, it is called Jaws Bridge, and everybody jumps off of it just to say that they could jump off of Jaws Bridge into the water.
That's crazy.
I hope to do it one day.
Right?
I would very much like to do it.
I hear you. Quit.
Jaws Bridge, folks. If you look it up on Google, you will see that is one of these, and it's the scene where he's running and you see all like the rocks. Like
where he's going to the pond.
bridge. Yes, that's the it is,
Shark in the
literally,
pond.
literally. If you look it up on Google, it's called Jaws Bridge.
That's hilarious.
Like that's what it's named now. So, folks, you look that up on Google and Martha's Vineyard, you will see Jaws Bridge. The estuary scene, which is the nightmare scene, which is fucking nightmares are fucking made of, dude. If you think about it, when you really first see the shark,
Yeah.
when the guy's kind of rowing up to the boys and he's
In the
wondering,
pond, yeah.
and he's wondering, you guys okay over there? And then all of a
See 'em.
sudden, He gets tipped over, and then you see that that sideways shot of Bruce
and then down
coming
the guy
up through the water. Dude, what the fuck? That scene, like, fucked with me for a long time.
Right.
Like, that was like the nightmare scene of that movie, because we really didn't see the shark until then.
Right.
Like, we kind of got like a glimpse of it in the Alex Kittner, because they cut it, but you kind of see a fin
Yeah, you
flop
see the
around,
fins, yeah.
and you see kind of something, you're like, I'm not quite sure what the hell that was, but
yeah,
something just got him. It could have been a shark.
Yeah.
But then that estuary scene where you see him and the guy's hanging on the side of the boat and you see him come up out of the depths.
Yeah.
Sideways, and he just chomps down on him. What the? Holy shit.
Right.
That was a genius fucking scene, man. One of the best scenes of that film, I thought.
Yeah, and that scene was actually longer than what we got, but Spielberg cut it because he thought it was in bad taste, because the boater was going to be pushed on Bruce. He was going to be on his nose holding Michael to save him from being eaten.
Yes.
And at the end, he'll push Michael away, and then
Yes.
they go underwater.
Yes, yes.
He's like, I didn't like it. It was in bad taste. The first half of the movie was bloody enough. I didn't need that.
Yes, that is very true, folks. He was going to shoot that, cut it out. The cool thing about that was, well, kind of cool, kind of not. It's like we got to experience an original take. I would have liked to have seen things that they have cut.
Oh, yeah.
Spielberg was able to cut things in that movie before the MPAA ever saw it.
Yep.
So he was able to do things to that film before it got chopped up, folks. So I think that's one of the reasons that Jaws holds its place to this day. Because the Hollywood entity, the MPAA, were not able to get to it.
Right.
He was able to cut it and chop it up and add and subtract what he wanted to before the MPAA got to it.
Yeah.
And I think, well, I believe, and I know I think that's why it worked so well. They were on the ocean for 4.5 months.
Yeah, they were. When is this movie going to be over?
They were stuck.
I don't know.
Yeah, on that ocean for 4.5 months, folks. And 80% of the time, the shark did not work.
Nope.
It did not work. It was constantly breaking down. Again, it was built for fresh water.
Mm-hmm.
They put it in salt water, and the salt water ate the hydraulic lines up. So they were constantly having problems with it. When the times that they were, and they used the barrels, which was genius.
Yeah.
Because when you saw the barrels, you knew, oh
Bruce
shit,
was there.
the shark somewhere. Oh shit, there's the barrels.
Yeah.
Dude, most people would have said, we'll give up.
Right.
The shark's not working. We can't do this.
But
The star of our movie is giving up. We can't do this.
But there's also humor and more genius behind that one, because Spielberg also knew people would have that thought. It's like, okay, you're only so far out. You can see land behind you. Just turn around and go back. Why are you still... He's like, no, I'm glad we can go out 12 miles and not see land around us and still have just 30 feet and still have sand below us to use the shark.
It was funny, though, because if you look in the movie, though, you can still see shore.
Yeah, when they turn around, talking about we're heading in.
Fucking shore.
Because when they turn around, it's like, yep, we're heading in, Brody. Thank God. You really can. You can see, like, that little strip of shore right there.
Folks, that's just the way movies were done back then. I don't think they really expected people to see it or comment on it. We do today.
Oh, yeah, of course. But we don't care.
Now, yes, noticeably we would be bashing things like that, but this movie was so well done. You really can't.
Right.
You just, okay, there was shore. So fucking what, dude? Jaws was a perfect movie. You can't bash it, man. You can't. I mean, you can. And if you do, you're an asshole.
Well, and then let's also be fair here. we've also seen that film so many times, we can look around the screen and see things. People that see it for the first time are not going to notice that.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure. Like you watch a movie like a billion times. It's like you're watching it, but you're not.
Right.
You're kind of scanning
Mm-hmm.
like the screen, and you notice different shit. Like the more you watch it,
Yeah.
so you come up with more things. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, RoboCop.
Absolutely. Yeah, RoboCop is one of those people. If you have not seen RoboDoc, you need to catch that documentary. I am telling you, if you are a fan
Yes.
of RoboCop, you need to see RoboDoc.
Seriously, do it.
Go find it. Search it right now and go find it. So, well, actually, finish listening to this and then search it.
Yes, please.
One of the first scenes with the barrel, they had a boat. Now, when you see the film Jaws and they're going to tie a barrel onto him, and Hooper's putting that thing on him, he wants to attract the shark, and they got that boat, and it goes flying off the orca. They had a boat to pull that off the orca.
Yeah.
But at the time, it had pulled so fast that it literally pulled a board up on the orca, and the orca started to sink.
Yeah. Get the actors off the boat.
And yes, they were. There was the one part that was like he was just saying, the shark is not working. The shark is not working. And all of a sudden, there was the shark is working. The shark is working. But then the ship is sinking. The ship is sinking. And then the one person, they got to get the people off the boat. And the one guy and Spielberg said it. He said, the one guy on the boat, well, it was sinking. Fuck the actors. Save the sound department.
That was he was standing there with like a micro or a marquee or a sign.
Yeah, get the actors off the boat. Get the actors off the boat. Fuck the actors. Save the sound department. And which I know that at that time, I think some of the film had gotten into that salt water.
Yeah. But they had a saline solution and whatnot, and they saved every bit of it. They didn't lose an inch.
Take it out, put it in that saline solution, and rush it off to the damn department to save it. Thank God.
Yeah.
For that, but
didn't lose an inch.
Yeah, I mean because they had a couple of orcas on that.
Oh yeah.
That they did. We'll touch on that here a little bit later, folks. So far this movie was over budget. And the schedule was over budget and the schedule, and people wondering if this movie was even going to come out, if this movie was even possible. Like, could you film on the ocean for this long? And the film almost got shut down, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Hollywood almost shut it down. And sorry, folks, the
kitten.
Yes, the Kraken is playing with my headphone cables. Let me pick them up here. Okay. So yeah, it almost got shut down, which thank God it did.
Right.
But one of the things that I think that the iconic line from the movie, folks, you all know what I'm about to say.
Yep.
The iconic line, "You're gonna need a bigger boat," is an iconic line that no one thought it would become what it is.
He also improvised that line, too.
Yeah. The direction was the shark comes out of the water. You just look straight ahead. Don't look at Quint. Don't look at anybody. You just keep walking backward, keep walking backward, and say, and it came out, "You're going to need a boat." Let the cigarette hang halfway out of your mouth.
Right.
And to this day is one of the most iconic lines in Hollywood history.
Yep. And that scene was also one of the times where the shark actually worked. That was like the first shot and the only shot, to my recollection, that they took. So when he was saying, "Yeah, I'll slow head that, come chum some of this shit," and then Bruce just comes up, that was actually the one shot where it's like, yep, the shark was working.
And that was a brilliant shot.
Yeah.
That's one of the first times we really got, we saw him in an estuary scene, and we kind of got like this
nice little teaser.
Yeah, this hazy kind of glimpse of him, but then all of a sudden he comes over and we get this full-blown shot, but holy shit!
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, Chief standing straight up like, what the hell? Yeah, that was his real reaction.
Yeah, slow ahead. Come and show us some of this shit.
The kitten is playing with toys, ladies and gentlemen.
Bruce comes out of the water. Brody stands up straight, walks backwards. We're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah.
Then that's when Quint and Hooper come to realize that this shark is as big as they fucking up a little bit bigger than they thought it was. They were probably thinking, oh, this is just a regular great white.
Yeah.
No, sir, this is a 25-footer.
Yeah, according to Quint. 3 tons of them.
Yeah. And I'm going to touch a little bit on this later, folks. I have an announcement to make on this. And you're probably going to wonder what I'm just getting ready to talk about. What the hell is talking about? You'll see here in a minute, folks. The banter between Hooper and Quint, as you know in the movie, how they kept just fucking with each other. In between takes, in between the shots, like they really like screwed with each other during that movie.
That's funny.
They set up a tape recorder. And they would tape record the banter that went back and forth between them daily, play it back that night, add it to the script, and then that's what they would add to the film the next day.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Because they literally fucked with each other.
Yeah.
Like Shaw and Dreyfuss literally were at each other's throats daily.
Damn.
And I could not imagine what went on.
Oh,
at that
I
time.
could only, yeah.
But we're probably going to come close to finding out, folks. And I'm going to tell you that a little bit later. So if you just hold on a little bit longer, I'm going to open that up to you here shortly. The USS Indianapolis speech. The famous speech of the film. That Quint showed. We're going to drink to our legs? Yeah, we're going to drink to our legs.
I'll drink to your leg. I'll drink to your leg. All right, we'll drink to our legs.
Howard Sackler wanted to explain Quint's hate for sharks. So he had come up with that USS Indianapolis speech, which literally happened, folks. Those of you who are not aware of, any war history, the USS Indianapolis, that tragedy actually did happen. That ship was hit, the ship sank, and there were people that were attacked by sharks. You can look it up. There's movies at it. There's movies on. Yeah, I mean, we were delivering the bomb, the Hiroshima bomb at the time, and that particular mission was very, very secret. So nobody really knew about it. And then we were hit. That ship was hit by a torpedo. It sank. There were people in the water. The sharks came. You know the film, folks. If you don't know it, you'll see it eventually. I mean, people who are listening to this, you have had to see Jaws.
Oh, yeah.
If you're listening to this, you haven't seen Jaws, you got to be watching it by now.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Come on now.
It's one of the most iconic scenes of the film. Robert Shaw, who played Quint, actually rewrote a little bit of it. It's the original speech was like 8 pages long.
Right.
And Shaw wanted to break it down a little bit. And he wanted to have a little bit of a buzz.
Right.
When he did the speech.
Yeah, he had it all right.
But the day that it happened, they had to carry him on the boat. He was too damn drunk to do it.
Right.
He had called Spielberg that night and said, "Look, I'm sorry. I didn't, if you just give me one more shot, I can do this. You know what I mean?"
Yeah.
And he came back the next day and he nailed it. He absolutely nailed it. Now, Shaw actually rewrote some of it because it was so long. He said, "Do you mind if I hold that overnight?" And he took away bits and pieces of it and added it together, and that's what we got in the film.
Right.
But he had edited it so well that we got it in the film, man. I mean, it was fucking perfect.
It was, dude.
I mean, there was even some tales that that some of the original people that had been involved in the sinking of the USS Indianapolis had watched that speech, and it gave them chills.
Damn.
Like it was that close to being that personal.
Yeah.
Of the speech that took them back to that time. So that was a very, very powerful point in that movie. And I mean, it still is. I mean, I love that part. When he tells that story. You know, when he's like, you know, this is, let me guess, your mother? And he's like joking around. He goes, no, that was the USS Indianapolis. And he just kind of sits there.
He snaps out of it.
And Dreyfus is like, oh shit, you were on the Indianapolis? Yeah. And then that's when Quint goes into his speech. And dude, it was done so fucking well.
Like he really went through that shit.
Shaw sold that shit.
Hell
man.
Yeah, he did.
God,
Jesus.
it was such a good scene. Such a powerful.
It was the entirety from beginning to end, from their pissing contest to the story to when Bruce breaks through.
Oh man, it was genius. Ow! I got a small Bruce down here attacking me, folks.
Yes.
Will you get out of my... that's my headphone cable. Listen.
She chooses violence on a regular basis.
We have a small Bruce. I don't know where my wife is. She has just like disappeared for the moment. And now I have to deal with... Would you like to say something to the crowd?
Like, no, but I'll smack the microphone and get stuck.
Ladies and gentlemen...
No.
That's the hitting you hear on the microphone.
Okay,
go over there and do something. Okay, folks. We go back to our regularly scheduled program. The original idea. Where have you been?
In the bedroom, sitting in front of the fan because I'm hot.
We'll turn the. You can turn it.
Everything's hooked up to that.
Oh well, okay. I'm sorry. The original idea for Bruce's death
was
that the tank would blow up after he bit down on it. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, everybody thought, dude, those tanks are the shark or the jaws of the shark cannot bite down with that much pressure to puncture that damn tank.
Oh yeah,
and it's not gonna blow up. So, of course, they use the smile, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And shoot it with the old, I think that was the old, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say that was an M14.
I believe, I'm not too sure.
If you think about Quint Service.
Right.
That rifle would have made sense.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. There's some people out there that are listening to it right now that may be yelling at me. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Please correct me on what type of rifle that they was used. I want to say it was an M14. I could be wrong.
Right.
That they eventually blew the shark up with. And I remember Mythbusters did an episode on shooting the tank and blowing the shark up.
That's
but now that was so long ago, I cannot remember.
Right.
I can't remember what happened. But it makes sense, folks. Compressed air, just like Hooper said when Brody pulled the wrong rope. It's compressed air. You screw around with these tanks, they're going to blow up.
Yep.
You know, even Quint. You know, I don't know what that shark's going to do. Is he eat it? I suppose.
Yeah. Now, see, the humorous part about the ending, from what I saw on my disc, the author of the book and Spielberg had an argument on how the movie was going to end. Because in the book, Bruce just gets harpooned and goes down.
Right.
And that's it. Everything's done. Spielberg's like, no, that's not going to work. I've got this built up.
I said the shark needs to blow up.
It's like, I need a last hoorah.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm going to do it this way. I've got him in the palm of my hand for 2 hours. I don't care what they think for the next 3 minutes. It's like, because the author says, like, he's going to bite. That's not going to happen, biting down on that. And it's like, well, it doesn't matter what you think. It's my movie, and I've got him in the palm of my hand for 2 hours, so screw what they think for the next 3 minutes.
Like he's got to blow up.
Right.
I was saying he's
It
got
has
to blow up.
It has to be extravagant. The movie has built. He's want my audience to stand up. Yes, yes, yes. Which we did.
So yeah, so it makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, the thing you got to blow him up.
Yeah.
I mean, a shark of that size, you're gonna have to blow him up.
Yeah. No
I mean,
kidding.
they could not have done it better. Now, if you think about it in modern times, and a lot of people are probably gonna say, the shark's swimming up on you. He's got the tank in his mouth. Could you fucking hit it? How many shots would you have?
Yeah.
How many shots would it take?
Because I was asking myself that every time, like, how many
To hit
bullets
that
were
tank?
actually in that? Because water will stop a bullet pretty much instantaneously.
It can, if you think of the rifles of the time.
Oh, yeah, they'll still get like a foot or two in the water, but after that 2 foot, it stops, period.
Like a lot of the newer shit's gonna jam up. A lot of the other shit's not gonna jam up.
Yeah.
It may have a longer range. I know with the, like, as opposed to like an M14 to an AR-14, you're gonna have, or an AR-15. I'm sorry. You're gonna have less rounds, but a longer kill range.
Yeah.
They're like the M14, a longer kill range as opposed to, or I'm sorry, you're gonna have more shots as opposed to, well, how does this go? You're gonna have a longer kill range with a 14 than you would a 15, but you're gonna have more rounds with a 15 than you would a 14.
Yeah.
Either way, folks, he hit the tank, and it got the job done.
Yes, it did.
So that was, as you know, the ending of the film, and you remember, if you remember, sorry, when Bruce is singing. Now, we discussed this if you listen to our Duel episode.
We did bring that up.
Bruce is sinking to the bottom of the ocean, and you hear that,
The roar.
You hear that roar. The same roar was reused at the end of Duel.
Yes, it was.
When the truck goes over the cliff with the Plymouth Valiant, the same sound. Folks, if you don't believe us, please, by all means,
watch it.
Watch it. It's the same sound. And the reason Spielberg put that in there, it was kind of a thank you
Yes.
to Duel, because if it wasn't for Duel, he wouldn't be doing Jaws.
Correct.
So, yes, he added that sound in there, folks. The famous John Williams, as we all know, the famous John Williams, who's done so many scores and so many soundtracks, composed the iconic music
This was
for
hilarious.
Jaws, as we all know.
Funny.
And oh gosh, let's see. You could not have got a more iconic score.
No.
If you think about it, folks, think about it. Okay, so you got the started with Hitchcock with Psycho.
Mm-hmm.
So we all know that when you hear that noise or you see someone in the shower, I mean, you think of stabbing somebody. That's Psycho. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Psycho. You know it. You think of Friday the 13th. What do you think of? There you go, folks. Same thing. There you go. The score. Jaws, no exception.
Nope.
So you're in the water,
Uh-huh.
and Williams thinks he's going to do it like it. I wish we could have played it for you in the beginning, folks, but because of copyright shit, we can't play it. We could get sued. I wish we could have played. I mean, it would have been perfect to have been able to play it, but we can't. But you know the music. Come on, folks. Jaws. You know that when I say Jaws, you know.
Right.
I mean, how many times have you been in a swimming pool? Have you been in the ocean? Have you been anywhere in the water that you haven't done it? Something that's happened. Oh shit, it's Jaws. Done it.
Right.
I mean, dude, that's that music has become, the music itself has become a household name.
Right.
If that makes sense. Like, the music is its own character.
Yeah. And
Like when you hear, oh shit, it's Jason.
yeah.
The music has become its character. Halloween.
Ding, 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 ding,
The music
ding, ding, ding.
is its own character. Jaws, the same way. The music is its own. The music has its own role. You take that music out, it doesn't have the same effect.
Right. And it's funny because when Spielberg first heard the score for it, he thought he was fucking with him. He's like, no, really, what's the score for the movie? He's like, no, really, it's this. So he played it another time. He's like, well, hold on, do that one more time. The third time, dude, I'm sorry. Yes, this is it. I apologize. This is great.
Sometimes it takes a little bit
Yeah.
to really realize it. But again, genius decisions were made here
Oh, yeah.
that made this movie the iconic film that it is.
Yeah.
It made, let's see, it was the first movie to break $100 million.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It made the cover of Time and Mad Magazine, which Spielberg was really thrilled that it actually, he wasn't thrilled so much that it made the cover of Time. He was more thrilled that it made the cover of Mad Magazine.
Exactly. Probably more readers in Mad Magazine than Time.
Which I don't know, folks, if you that have go, well, this is going to age me here. The old Mad Magazine, the old, was that Mad Magazine or Cracked Magazine? Remember Cracked Magazine? Who had the Halloween ones? Was
I
it
can't
Cracked or
recall.
Mad Magazine? It was, someone had the Halloween ones. I used to love them. But there was a great magazine, folks. Very iconic and brings about a lot of memories. It won for music. I'm saying like Academy Awards.
Yes.
One for music, sound, and editing.
Yes.
Which sucked because Spielberg did not get Best Director, but it got music, sound, and editing.
Yeah.
Which sucked because of what the man went through. I mean, sleepless nights.
Literally, he would wake up in the middle of the night talking about, yeah, I was asleep, and then I'd dream about I was on set day 3 doing this, and I'd wake up in a cold sweat, disoriented, not knowing where I was. I'd calm down, get a drink of water, go back to sleep, dreaming about being on day 4.
Yeah,
all that.
he was like plagued with nightmares of filming Jaws.
Yeah.
Because it was so behind schedule. They were on his back. He didn't know if he was going to get it done. People were questioning it.
Yep.
So I could imagine the amount of pressure. Well, you know what? I'm going to retract that. I could not imagine the amount of pressure the man went through.
Right.
Going through what he went, Jaws, Sugar Land Express, and all of a sudden, Duel, Sugar Land Express, and then Jaws, this big, huge Universal picture, which, of course, Duel was Universal. It was a made-for-TV film.
Right. That was a late-night matinee to start it.
And then this big Jaws picture filmed on set, on the water, at Martha's Vineyard. Oh, the pressure.
Yeah.
The pressure, but dadgum, the man pulled it off.
Yeah. And what was funny was at first, Martha's Vineyard was not accepting of the film coming to them and having a giant shark in a fucking bay sitting there where people could see it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they kept it covered for a lot of the filming because they didn't want it to get out. They didn't want people to see the shark. They didn't want to give away the horror that was to come. So they tried to keep it covered up so people couldn't see it. Well, eventually people saw it. But that was, one of the many things. And, of course, I mean, half the time you couldn't see it because the shark didn't work. Ladies and gentlemen,
Right.
We have a cat issue over here. My distinguished colleague has the horn. My wife is now... What happened to the Wii remote?
The kitten got a hold of the strap. That's why I'm distracting it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the kitten has now got a hold of the Wii strap. Those of you who know the Nintendo Wii, we just got ours replaced not too long ago. Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, not a sponsor, but if you are into retro gaming and you are into the old games and you want a vintage, maybe a system, perhaps a Dreamcast, PS2, a Wii, you're not sure where to get one, may I recommend DK Oldies. They have a website. They have a Facebook page. Their stuff is tested. It is cleaned. And when you get your product, it is like new. It comes with a guarantee. Again, we are not a sponsor, but we just recently, we've been looking for a Wii for a while. Ladies and gentlemen, I did not know that it was that hard to find a daggum Wii. And with Amazon or anybody else, you just didn't know what you were getting. Like, people were getting the Wii and they were getting off-brand controllers and everything else. So we decided to go with DK Oldies. Yes, we paid a little bit more, but it was worth it, folks. It came packaged wonderfully. Everything works great, man. It looks like new. It's really, if you want a vintage system, video games, Atari, Super Nintendo, Nintendo DS, whatever the case may be, if they have it in stock, they will get it to you, folks. DK Oldies. Look at their Facebook page. That is a wonderful, wonderful company. I mean, I can't say enough good things about them. Moving on, like I said, not a sponsor, but we like to give shout-outs on here because, heck, we like shout-outs as well.
Yeah, we do.
So, moving on, yes, the thing that Spielberg had nightmares for years about, the Orca.
Man.
The original Orca was put in the lot next to the Jaws ride in Hollywood, the original Orca.
Dude,
folks.
that's cool.
And Spielberg would find himself sneaking down there through the tours and would just lay in the leather seating of the little cabin where they did the speech of the Indianapolis, and he would just lay there and reflect on shooting the Jaws film.
That's funny.
And there were two Orcas.
Yes, there were.
There was the one that, of course, the shooting shot, the floating shots, the one where the Orca was just afloat, and then they had another one where they could sink it and then reinflate. Well, they had like bladders in this thing so they could pump air into it, put the boat back up on the water, reshoot the scene, sink the boat. You know, you get what I'm saying, folks.
Yeah.
So there were two Orcas, but unfortunately, both Orcas, folks, are gone.
Yeah.
They have both been pretty much. There was the Orca 2, I think, that was the sinking one that was left at Martha's Vineyard. It's pretty much been stripped.
Not
looted.
surprising.
It was pretty much, there's like nothing left. They broke the other Orca up. Spielberg wished that they wouldn't have, but they did, so it's pretty much gone, folks. I don't know if there's anything left of any of the two Orcas out there, which is very, very, it's sad.
Yeah, it is.
I wish they could have preserved one. Moving on. Oh, you know what I almost forgot? When they were, when they were doing the editing for the film, while they were editing the film, they were so far behind schedule, they were actually still shooting scenes, folks.
Yeah.
And the one scene that they had to shoot, to go back and shoot, that they added to the film was the scene of Mr. Ben Gardner's head floating up in the hull of the boat that Hooper went down to go see. They shot that
in a pool.
In a swimming pool, folks, while they were still editing the film. I mean, come on, man. How much the Hollywood magic, folks.
Yeah.
You're editing the film, you're still shooting things. A lot of the shots with Dreyfuss, with Richard Dreyfuss, with Bruce the shark, the actual animated shark, him hitting the cage, were done at a tank at MGM Studios while they're editing the film. I almost forgot to mention that, folks, and I'm glad I reminded myself. But that just goes to show you how much what they were going through to get this film out.
Oh, yeah.
So they're editing the film and they're still shooting at the same time.
Right.
Like they're still adding things and still splicing everything together. Folks, you can't do that hardly anymore. Now it's just all digital and you just add, subtract, whatever the case may be. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a filmmaker. I could be wrong. It could be easier. It could be more difficult. I don't know.
Right.
You're never going to capture Jaws again.
No.
I guarantee you that. You're never going to capture Jaws again. It's such an iconic film. To this day, the ride, they actually have a ride, folks. Those of you who do not know, they have a ride at Universal Studios Hollywood. This ride, folks, is shit. And I will tell you why. Well, you know what?
Technically, we already have.
I can't say. I honestly can't say it's shit because it's still the only one in existence. Why? Universal Orlando in Florida opened one in the 90s. Now, the one in Hollywood, you rode on a trolley on like concrete on the strip. You rode beside the water and the shark would come out. The one in Orlando, folks, you were in a boat on the water. How do I know? Because I rode the fucking ride. I got to ride it, folks. Before they shut it down, I actually got to ride the one at Universal. And, folks, it was one of the best, if not the best rides I've ever been on in my fucking life.
When the shark actually worked.
Yes. I stood in line. Now, back then in the 90s, you would literally stand in line for an hour and a half, 2 hours to get on a damn ride. But it wasn't like you were going to Carowinds or the Myrtle Beach Pavilion. You're just going to get on a roller coaster, go on a couple of loops. No, folks, you were literally living a movie at the time. So, yes, the lines were long, but it was fucking worth it. I stood in line twice for Jaws and got close to riding it, and they shut it down because what happened? The shark wasn't working.
We're sorry, the shark isn't working. Repeat, the shark isn't working.
Folks, I am not making this up. I shit you not. If I could call my brother right now who was with me and get him to verify that the shark wasn't working. And then we stood in line we kept waiting and we kept coming back. And there was one time that it worked and I got to ride it. And oh my God, there are videos on YouTube that you can look up of the Jaws ride at Universal Orlando when it was open. Folks, that was so much fun. Oh my God. One of the best rides. And being a huge Jaws fan as I am. Ow! I got Jaws attacking me now. All right, she's wrapped up in my... Will you quit? Yeah. Ah! 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 She's got a hold to my foot. Ah! Damn it, Bruce. Quit. Get her.
The kitten really is being attached and released.
She just squirted her with a bottle, ladies and gentlemen. We have some water bottles that we are attempting to squirt the cats with when they get out of hand. And this particular one is not working. She got squirted and latched on even harder.
I'll teach you to squirt me.
She just came over here from home.
Good Lord. She was at my bag. She just came out of nowhere.
Okay. All right, folks, let's move on. Yes, the ride at Universal Orlando, of course. Folks, I hate to tell you it's not there. What?
Get your wire.
It's not there. They tore it out a long time ago, along with Confrontation, folks. That is King Kong. You can look that up on YouTube as well. That was one of the coolest rides. I can't describe it, folks. You got to look it up.
Yeah.
Universal Orlando Confrontation, King Kong. Earthquake was a great ride. They've torn that out. Everything that made Universal great then is now gone. And the reason I said it at one time and we had to edit it because I said too much, but it was, yeah, they tore it out to this.
Lame.
I'm not even going to say it because if I do, I'm going to say something that we're going to have to edit. So,
Moving on.
I don't like Harry Potter. I think it's fucking stupid. All right?
And now we move on.
We're going to move on. Ow! Damn it! Will you get... Damn hellion, this cat. Okay, here we go. Yes, the ride at Universal Orlando has been closed down for some time, but you can look it up on YouTube. I highly recommend you do because, man, it was such a great time. I'll never forget when I first got on it, and you're on the little boat, and they got the little tour guide, and you're riding through Amity Island, and and you're riding through the thing, and they're like, hold on, let me. Okay, there we go. And we're riding through the little village, and we're like, over here's where Quint's thing is, and and you're riding through, and all of a sudden, you hear this distress call come over the radio, and you look to your left, and there's this boat, and it's bitten in half, and it's sinking. And you're like, what the hell's going on? And all of a sudden, you see the fin come up, and it's riding beside the boat, and it starts turning towards the boat. You start leaning. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, man, that ride was, oh, God, it was great. Folks, look it up. They have videos on YouTube on it, Universal Orlando Jaws ride. Don't look up the Hollywood. The Hollywood one is like stupid. Like, you would figure the Hollywood one would be the best one.
Right.
No, the Orlando one was the best one. It's just the simple fact that sucks is Hollywood still has theirs.
Yeah.
And Orlando got rid of theirs for stupid Harry Potter crap. I mean, dude, really? Okay, we're going to move on. I was about to. Okay, we're going to move.
Yep, pump the brakes.
Bruce, the shark, was rotting away in a salvage yard, folks, for years.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce was then restored by the great Mr. Greg Nicotero. He had found out that the shark was rotting away, had gotten in touch with someone to recover the shark. It was the fourth shark that was cast for the film, but the last one remaining from the film. So the fourth one cast, but the last one remaining, meaning the other ones were scrapped, they're gone.
Right.
This is the last original Bruce that they had. The materials for the original Bruce were a fiberglass body, acrylic paint with urethane top coat, urethane plastic for the teeth, which Greg Nicotero had access to the original teeth for the shark. Now, how the hell he had that, I don't know, but he's Greg Nicotero.
He can do anything.
Yeah, I wish I had the damn original teeth. Either way. Acrylic for the eyes, steel support for the internal structure. The weight of Bruce was 1,208 pounds. Damn. With the steel structure and everything put together. So, yeah, that was hefty. It took 7 months for them to restore Bruce to his original form. God. And to this day, he has located. If you would like to see Bruce, ladies and gentlemen, and I would love to go see Bruce, you can see Bruce, folks, at the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures in Los Angeles. That is where he is. I would absolutely love to see Bruce, but that is where he is, folks. If you would like to go and see Bruce, and I've looked it up, trust me, it's cheap to get in there. It's not much at all, but That is the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures in Los Angeles. And that's where, to this day, that Bruce is located. Another funny note on the Jaws film, folks, if you remember the part where they first got the boat patrol, and they're out on the ocean, and they got people, the patrons are all swimming, and they're having a good time, so they got the patrols out looking for sharks.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, this fin pops up out of the water. And they, oh God, it's a shark, it's a shark. And they're all, well, come to find out, it's two kids pulling a prank. And he made me do it. He made me into it. Folks, that man that said he made me do it is none other than Jonathan Searle, or Jonathan Searle, S-E-A-R-L-E. He is now the chief of police of Martha's Vineyard.
Which is hilarious.
To this day. He was the one that had the cardboard fin in the film that pulled the prank, and he's the one that said, he made me do it. He made me do it. He is now the chief of police of Martha's Vineyard, or as we know it, folks, our fans of our movie, Amity Island. As of course. And it's funny because when Hooper first arrives and they're coming out of the thing, if you look in the background, you see the Amity House.
Really? Oh, I'm going to have to look now. Oh, that's funny.
You see the Amity House.
Oh, man.
Yep. You see the Amity House. Now, coincidence? House that looks the same? I don't know. People have put it up online, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I never saw that. Here just recently, we were watching the documentary, and they showed that scene, and I looked up, and I said, holy shit, there it is. The Amity House is in the shot.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, when he first arrives, the Sea Harbor comes out, and I think it's when Hooper and Brody are both together. They're coming out. You look at it's like a quick shot.
Yeah.
You got to be looking at it, and you'll see the Amity House sitting in the background.
That's crazy.
I don't know, man. Could it be the same? I mean, it's got to be the same one. I don't fucking know. It looks like the Amity House. Shit, there's only one house that looks like that.
Right.
It don't look like that now because they changed it. Folks, we're going to get on Amityville at a different date, and there is a whole hell of a lot that's going to go into the Amityville case, folks. We're not just diving into the movie. We're diving into the case. We're diving into the Ronald DeFeo stuff, all the stuff that I've known, that I have studied for years, all the stuff that I backtracked and made notes. The Amityville is going to be a different entity, folks. You're going to want to tune into that, and we will let you know when we're going to do the Amityville one. But that is, that may be a 2 or 3 parter.
Oh my!
Because we've got to go into Amityville, we got to go into the DeFeos, we got to go into the Lutzes, we got to go into the Warrens. We're just okay. We're going to keep on track, folks. Amityville, you're going to want to tune in for that one. What was that? Huh?
My sister-in-law grew up right down the street from the house.
Good
Her
Lord.
sister-in-law grew up right down the street from Amityville.
Oh,
Yep.
Lord.
Either way, let's see. Here's what we've got to mention to you folks. Now, I know we've got listeners all over, and we have got some new listeners lately, and we've got some shares, and folks, we want to thank each and every one of you for sharing,
Yes.
for listening,
Mm-hmm.
for subscribing. Thank you, each and every one of you. I cannot tell you how much we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Every time I see someone has followed us or shared, man, it means so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. And we have listeners all over the place right now.
And it's amazing.
We really do. We are located here in the upstate of South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So I'm going to announce something here. And this is a huge one, folks. I did not know this was coming. This was when I was doing my research to do this podcast, I came across this. There is a Broadway play, if you do not know about it. It is called The Shark is Broken. It stars Ian Shaw as his father, Quint. His father is the late, great Robert Shaw, who played Quint in the original film. Ian, God, he looks like his father. I've seen clips that he sounds like his father. I've known about this play for quite a while. They had it on, they did a special on, like, what is that, CBS Sunday Morning or something one time about the play, and I sat and watched it. Oh, my God, dude, he sounds just like his dad, and he looks like his father. Very similar.
That's awesome.
And he's got a lot of backstory with his father. which was very, very interesting. But they have done a radio play. I'm sorry, this is not War of the Worlds. Sorry, folks. I had hiccups. Okay, I'm back. They have done a Broadway play, if you will, called The Shark is Broken. Now, this Broadway play stars Ian Shaw as his father, Quint, and there's other people that play Chief Brody and Matt Hooper. But this Broadway play is not what you see in the film. This Broadway play is what happened behind the scenes. The banter and the stuff between Shaw and Dreyfuss, the shit talking that happened between the two. This is an R-rated play, which means there's like no children permitted. So evidently there was like a lot of language that went on back then.
Oh boy!
In the play, but it's really about the behind the scenes of Jaws. But they have the whole set. They have the orca inside the orca and everything. I've seen shots of it, and I've always said, man, I would absolutely love to see that. I think it would be so cool, folks. As of 2025, it was in the UK and Ireland. So I looked it up and I said, well, I wonder what it's doing this year. Is it doing anything? Is it touring? Folks, I've got some news for you. If you are close to South Carolina, if you're close to the upstate of South Carolina, hell, if you want to travel 4 or 5 hours, that's your damn prerogative. If you want to be, hell, go for it.
Yep.
Greenville, South Carolina, July 31st through August 2nd. The Shark is Broken will be performing at the Greenville Theater.
That's wild.
I could not believe this. I was just looking it up to see what it was doing now, and I saw something that said Greenville Theater, and I said, well, let me click on it and see, it's probably already come and gone, and I just didn't know about it. No, folks. This is coming July 31st, 2026, August 2nd, 2026, the Greenville Theater. You can look up tickets, greenvilletheater.org. And, folks, I cannot wait to see this. My wife, I love her to death. The second I was doing the research for this and I found out about it, like I was not aware of that and I found out about it, she got us tickets and we were like up front and I could not be more excited. Holy shit. Yes. If any of you out there that are listening to us now want to get to, and I'm telling you folks, it's not expensive. Look it up again. It's Greenville, GREENVILLE, theater.org for tickets. It's not that expensive. Heck, come out. I know we're sitting up front, right?
Yeah.
We're sitting up front. Any of you guys come out? Heck, I'd love to meet you. Hell, let's get in touch before. Let's meet before. Maybe we could have like a few beers or something before the show. We could talk Jaws and discuss this, that, and the other. And all. Heck, I'd love to meet some of you guys. Y'all are fans of Jaws. If you're in the area, if you want to go to this, again, it's July 31st through August 2nd. The Shark is Broken is the name of the play, and it's going to be at the Greenville Theater, folks. I have tickets. I will be going. I will be in the front. There's a whole different story to that one.
Yeah, there's a backstory for that one.
If any of those remember the old drugstore Eckerd, I better not. You know what? We're going to move on, folks.
Yeah, moving on.
Okay. Yes. But yeah, those of you get tickets. fuck, let's meet up, man. Let's all as Jaws fans, as horror fans, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
To meet some of you people, and you know, I would be blown away. Like literally, if what the hell just happened?
He grabbed the horn.
Sorry, folks, there was a Lord ruckus there. If some of you were, we have an email. It's what, the horror experience at Gmail.
It is.
Hold on, folks. The wife is confirming this.
The Horror Experience Podcast at gmail.com.
The Horror Experience Podcast at gmail.com. Heck, send us an email or send us a message on this podcast in particular and say, hey, we're going to the show. We'd like to meet up. Hey, let's all meet up. Let's go as a crew. Let's go as a fan base, man. I think that'd be fun as shit.
Right.
And it would be cool to me that you guys actually like heard it and like, hey, we listened to you, and yeah, dude, that would be
awesome.
That'd be so freaking cool, man. But either way, I mean, if it happens, cool. If it don't, I mean, look, I already got tickets, so I'm going anyway. So,
Right.
I mean, if y'all go, cool. If not, but it would be cool to see some of you out there. It'd be cool to hang out with some of y'all and get to know you. Like I said, we're doing this podcast. We love movies. We know you love movies. But we're not going to sit here and turn our nose up to everybody just because we do a podcast. No, we are just like you.
That's right.
We have jobs that we go to every day. We don't necessarily like it. It sucks. But you know what? We have jobs. We have responsibilities. And we're just like you. But we just do this podcast because we love movies. And we want to reach out to people like you and be like a big family. So if we could all like meet up and be friends and shit, and dude, that would be freaking awesome. Either way,
Hell yes.
moving on. Here's one for you folks that I don't know how many people you know about this, but I'm going to mention it because I actually heard a lot about it and I finally got to see it. And folks, I honestly don't really know what to say about it. In September 26 of 1995, there was a movie released called Cruel Jaws.
Oh, dear.
Now, this was marketed as Jaws 5, Cruel Jaws.
Shut the front door.
This was a low-budget Italian horror film directed by Bruno Mattei under the pseudonym William Snyder. Now, it was not officially connected to Jaws, but it stole scenes from the original Jaws and added scenes to it. And folks, let me tell you, it is absolutely horrible.
I'm not surprised.
It is, you can't help but laugh. It is so bad. Folks, I have seen a lot of bad movies. Okay, and we're going to cover some of those films. This one is, it's, okay, I'll tell you what. I can't really put into words how bad it is, but I can tell you that it's streaming on Tubi right now. So if you want to watch it,
I don't know.
my distinguished colleague across from me,
know.
Cruel Jaws,
Oh, God.
go ahead. I watched it, and it took everything I had to not
turn the
vomit
channel.
in my mouth and to continue on with the. It's pretty bad, folks. There may be people out there. Oh, this movie was great. I don't.
That's nice,
I don't
dear.
know what lens you're looking through, but
Right.
no. This look. Jaws: The Revenge was like, how would you say? It's like top tier compared to Cruel Jaws. Now, we all
Lord.
know that Jaws of Revenge was not the most popular Jaws of the franchise, starring Michael Caine, and you know it was. I don't know. I own all the films, and 4 is an acquired taste, man. It was taken to the Bahamas. it was just very, yes, my distinguished.
What?
Now, my distinguished colleague here, folks, please hold on for just quite a minute. He has seen the first Jaws. He has not seen 2, 3, or 4.
Correct.
So he is unaware of the direction that it went. So it followed the Brody family, if you
Interesting.
will.
Okay.
It did have a little bit of a storyline, but Jaws was, the Revenge was the least favorite, I think, out of a lot of the fans. Now, I could be wrong, but I think it's, and I think even Michael Caine himself said he never even watched it. And he was in it. Now, that could be a rumor. I don't know how true that is. I've read that numerous times.
Right.
But yes, he said that he had not seen it. And again, now when I saw it when it came out, it was kind of cool. I don't want to give too much away. Jaws did have like a roar and like back then, I'm like, holy cow, look at Jaws again. And I look at it now and I'm like, what the fuck?
Damn.
This is okay. I mean, look, man, love it or hate it. I don't hate it. I'm not saying it's a bad or horrible film. I'm just saying it would be my least favorite,
Right.
out of the 4. It had its moments, and it had some things it could have improved on. They put a different ending to it that was less graphic than the original ending. So if you get the disc, keep in mind that there are 2 endings to this film.
Oh.
One is less graphic, and the less graphic one is just, I don't know what the fuck they tried to do. I can't even. Was it cardboard? Was it? I don't know.
Dang.
The original one, they stick the spirit to, just like the video game, folks. We'll touch on that. If you remember the video game for Jaws that came out on the original Nintendo Entertainment System.
The NES.
That, my God, if you did not have the NES Advantage, folks, it was damn near impossible. What made that game possible to beat is the turbo button. If you turned it all the way up, you hit turbo, you had rapid fire. And you could beat the shark. And then once you put down his power, you got 3 shots with the boat mast when he came up out of the water to stick him with the boat mast. Our experienced sign just died, folks. But it's okay. You can't see it, so you don't know. So you had 3 shots. Me and a friend of mine in grade school finally beat it. We found out, if you ever play the game, folks, pay close attention. Wait for the sky to blink in the background. When the sky blinks in the background and he pops up out of the water, stick him. You'll get him every time. That's a little cheat code from me to you. You're welcome. Later on, on the PlayStation 2, they released a game called Jaws Unleashed. Now, folks, this game was very, very cool because you could actually play as Bruce the Shark. You could go on different missions. You had to keep your power and levels up by eating people and eating things. You're like swimming through the water and, and there's blood floating up through the water. That was a really cool game. I just recently found out when we got the Wii that they actually have a version of that on the Wii. It's not called Jaws Unleashed. I can't remember the exact name of it, but they actually have a Wii version of the Jaws game that you can play Bruce the Shark. Again, I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but here we go again. Dadgummit, get my cables. Either way, moving on. Yes, Cruel Jaws, folks. Go watch that on Tubi. Just let me know what you think, because I'm telling you, there was a lot that had come out. Like I said, it was like 95, and we kept hearing things about it, and I thought, God, how bad can this be? And it finally popped up, and I said, oh, that's that movie they've been talking about, and I watched it. Oh, my God. How they didn't get sued, for one, is beyond me, and why they even made it, it's just It's on Tubi, folks, and it's on another streaming. Is it on? The wife has like 50 different streaming channels, and I can't remember. Just look at it on Tubi, folks. Another thing you would like to look at, folks, that keeps up with Jaws, if you are a big Jaws fan, it is a Facebook page, and it is called The Daily Jaws. They have a lot of good input and a lot of good up-to-date things on Jaws. They have just recently done a trivia game, like a live trivia game for Jaws. Had we not had to do this, well, actually, it was actually a little bit before this, and we thought, man, it would be cool if they did it today, because being June 20th,
Yep.
Today is the day that Jaws was released. So that's why we're doing this podcast. And we thought, how cool would it be if they did the trivia thing and we could do it live on the podcast?
Right.
But that just didn't work out. But anyway, the Daily Jaws on Facebook has a lot of cool, good information. If you want to check them out, like them on Facebook, they really keep up to date on everything Jaws. Another thing that I would like to mention to you, Jaws fans out there, which I have just received. Now, I received this about a week out from this podcast. The wife got this for me, and I haven't really had a chance to read it yet. But this book is just thumbing through it, looking at some of the pictures and scanning just through it, man. Oh, God, what an awesome book this is. This is a book, and it is called Jaws Memories from Martha's Vineyard, a definitive behind-the-scenes look at the greatest suspense thriller of our time by Matt Taylor. I'm not sure where she got this from, but this is titanbooks.com. Or Amazon. This book is thick.
It's a phone book.
It's
It's a hardback phone
heavy.
book.
The wife got this for me. He said, "Oh, this could help you with the podcast." There is no way I can read this and do the. I can't. Like, there's so much in this book, folks. I'm gonna have to read through it, and then later on, we're gonna have to do like an updated version.
Yeah, anniversary episode.
Yeah, of Jaws. There is so much in this book, folks, but if you are a Jaws fan, I recommend you go and find this book. Again, it's called Jaws Memories from Martha's Vineyard. Revised and updated edition by Matt Taylor. You can find it on Amazon. And not a sponsor.
Nope.
But, yes, you can find that on Amazon. Man, I can't say enough about this movie. I mean, to this day, what are we, 51 years, 52 years, 51 years?
Somewhere in there.
I got the 45th anniversary. I've got the 50th anniversary. If you have not seen Jaws at 50, if you can get the 50th anniversary disc, Jaws at 50 is a remarkable up-to-date documentary on that film. There's other documentaries on the film. I'm telling you, folks, this movie, to me, means so much, especially seeing it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And being at the beach when I saw it. And it was the ABC big movie of the weekend, like the Saturday night blockbuster thing, whatever they called it.
Yeah.
And they showing it during the summer, and everybody being it, and then watching it and being like, oh, and of course, mom's like, I don't know if he needs to watch that. And dad's, oh, he'll be okay. So, of course, thank you. And you know what? By the way, Brian, I'm thinking about that. I want to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there who are listening, who are not listening, who are with us and are not with us. My father is no longer with us, but I still say Happy Father's Day to my dad. I miss him greatly. So happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there this weekend. I hope you have a good, safe Father's Day, and know that we all appreciate you very much. Your wisdom, your knowledge has really, of course, my father, of course. I mean, the man, I could do a whole nother podcast on the stuff my dad knew. But,
right.
he let me, thanks to my love of movies, was because of my father. He let me watch a lot of this stuff that my mom didn't want me to watch because she thought, oh, it was too violent and I don't know if he wants to be exposed to that. No, he's fine. And of course, as soon as mom would let, hey, you want to watch Jaws? Hey, you want to watch Mad Max? You want to watch Rambo? Of course.
Right.
But yes, being on vacation when Jaws was the main movie, and I'll never forget it, dude. It was so cool. And I watched it and I was like, dude, this movie's so cool. Like, I really liked it. And then you go out the next day and, like, it didn't dawn on me then, but when I think back on it now, it was fake as there wasn't nobody in the water.
Right.
Like, nobody went in the
It's like the scene from the movie.
Because it's like, I think everybody watched it because back then it was the big thing.
Yep.
You know, it's not like streaming is now and everything. I mean, when the movies came on, it was like a big thing on TV back then. And they couldn't have played it at a better time. We just happened to be at the beach. And I think something about that just stuck with me. And looking back on it now, I think about the power that a movie could have, that people could be on a vacation, watch a movie on TV, and then wake up the next day and be scared to go into the fucking water.
Yeah.
Because of a movie. Like,
Right.
that movie had that much of an impact
Right.
on people, and still does to this day. Like,
Right.
there's people that have watched that movie that have gone on to become scientists
Right.
and shark experts, and like, I mean, this movie has inspired so many people and so many different things.
Right.
It's one of those films, and Spielberg said it, and folks, we have said it numerous times. Say it with me. Lightning in a bottle moment. Yes. And this is the movie that he said that on, was Jaws.
Because the shark never worked.
I mean, the lightning in a bottle moment. This movie cannot be redone. You
Nope.
can't do it. I mean, you could try with CGI and all that. It ain't
won't be
gonna.
the same.
No fucking way. George Lucas remarked on how good the shark looked
Right.
undercover. George Lucas, ladies and gentlemen, the legend, the master, those of you who are fans of Star Wars. Okay. Look, I'm not going to get on the Star Wars thing.
Right.
I was about to.
Reel it back. Don't
I
you
know,
tell me my
but-
business again.
You're a Star Wars nerd. Oh, what? You like Star Trek? You know what?
Up, 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 up. Settle down, Hoopa.
Quit playing with yourself over. Slow ahead, if you please.
I got your slow ahead. Yeah, slow ahead. This shit. And chum some of this.
Hooper drives the boat, Chief.
Why can't Hooper have a turn?
Um,
Hooper drives the boat, Chief.
Anyway, you know where I was going. Look, I don't know what Jaws means to you. I know what it means to me. And I know it probably means a lot of different things to different people. But Jaws is one of those films that I think, even in over 50 years, just like Chainsaw hit the 50-year mark not too long ago. I mean, 50 years, folks.
Yep.
50 years that these movies have had an impact. You see a lot of movies come and go, but you don't see the, how would you say, the commotion that it makes at 50 years.
Right.
Jaws is one of those films.
Right.
Chainsaw was one of those films.
Mm-hmm.
That makes, I mean, and there's a lot of films that hit the 50-year mark that don't hold to what Jaws has done.
Oh, yeah.
And there were never, and that's, folks, if you think about Jaws 4, what year did Jaws 4 come out? That was the 90s. Sometime in the 90s. You look it up. My wife's going to look that up. And of course, Cruel Jaws does not count. That came out, let's see, that was September of 95. So when did Jaws 4 come out?
Jaws for the Revenge,
Yep.
87.
So that was 1987, folks, that we have not had a Jaws movie. Now, of course, they attempted Cruel Jaws in 95, but that does not count. As you will see, folks, go on Tubi, look at Cruel Jaws. You will laugh later. and you will say to me, yes, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Right.
We haven't had an actual Jaws movie since '87, folks. What does that tell you? Nobody has touched this genre because they can't.
Right.
They know they can't.
Right.
This genre, how are you going to do it? How are you going to continue this? How could you possibly make this a good film? And every shark in this film has been an animatronic shark. There has been no CGI. None.
Right. And then there's also this point right here, which was, it actually proves size. Like when we were trying to talk differences in like the real sharks in the videos and Bruce's size. His true size reveal is actually at the end when he actually leaps onto the orca. He's as wide as the orca. Like dead serious. That other shark was skinny, okay, in all honesty and retrospect. And then of course Quinn falling towards Bruce. Quint was literally just like easy to fall inside that shark's mouth. Right? Easily. You can't CGI that. That's not happening. That's what made that beautiful. You had a real animatronic shark leaping out of actual fucking water onto a prop boat and destroying it. And then having someone literally falling into it.
That's... And the cool thing about that is they kept that true, is that's what sharks do.
Right.
They dive, and they come up from underneath,
Yep.
and they hit their target.
Right. They even point that out in the shark book that Brody was reading throughout the movie when he was looking at it. Because at first he's telling Michael, get out of the boat. I don't want him in the water. The wife's like, why? Well, flips the page, sees the shark bucking the boat. You heard your father. You heard your father. Get out of that water now.
Yeah, Ellen Brody. Yeah, and that's one of her favorite scenes.
Right.
One of her favorite scenes. But, I mean, if you think about it, like when we go back here, what we talked about before, when Peter Benchley came up with the idea, when a guy had caught, folks, let's put this in perspective one more time. A 4,500-pound, 18-foot shark.
Yep.
That's a beast.
Mm-hmm.
Hooper, an eating machine. All this thing does is swim and eat and make baby sharks.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right.
You're going to continue to ignore this until it swims up and bites you on the ass.
That's right.
Now, wait a minute.
I want these defilers. Yeah, you see the dimensions on this poster here with the shark? Yeah, that's what you're dealing with right now. I'm not going to stay around here and work with a man that wants to line up to be a hot lunch.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm telling you, folks, Jaws was the perfect film. The Jaws 2, if you haven't seen it, it kind of picks up years later. Just to give you kind of a brief, we're not going to go into it. We can go into depth with them later, but just to kind of give you a brief, it kind of picks up years later. There's two divers, and they're going down to look at the remnants of the orca. The back's broken out of it, and they go down, and then there's another shark. Okay, here we start all over again. Chief Brody, da-da-da-da. And then, of course, 3, of course, the Brodies again, but it was supposed to be in 3D, and then 4. I don't know, man. Look. Ouch. I just hit my elbow. Universal. Please listen. Please. I'm begging you. Jaws 3 has not been in 3D since it was released in theaters. You took it out when it hit the video cassette, like a lot of movies. Friday the 13th Part 3 was one of those films. But that was a Paramount film. That wasn't even done with Universal.
Right.
Paramount has brought that back with the original pair of 3D glasses. Universal. Listen.
We know you love money.
Bring back Jaws 3D with 3D and an anniversary set, and give us a replica set of the 3D glasses that would have come out when it came out in the theaters.
That's right.
You're going to sell it. Hell, I'm going to fucking buy it. I'm going to jump all over it because I've never seen it in 3D.
Right.
Shit. I didn't see Friday the 13th 3D until, damn, it came out on Blu-ray and they re-released it.
Damn.
And that took, damn, I don't know how many years. But still, Universal, listen. Listen up. When you re-released Jaws in the theater a few years back, the original Jaws, you re-released it in Real D 3D. Those of you who are listening to this know that Jaws was not a 3D film. Not the original Jaws.
Correct.
Okay? Not the original Jaws. But you re-released it in Real D 3D. I'm looking at the promo poster I got from the theater. And my movie ticket. I went to see it the night it opened. Universal, you went that far. You can't give us part 3? That was originally filmed in 3D and 3D again and give us the damn glasses with it? It's the same thing as a creature from the fucking Black Lagoon.
Right.
We're going to keep preaching this, folks. I know we're getting off the Jaws subject, but the creature from the Black Lagoon is a prime example. The movie that got me into horror films was The Creature from the Black Lagoon in fucking 3D. The wife and I just went to see it last year when they re-released it in the theater in Real D. It was absolutely fucking amazing. I own an original pair of 1980 3D glasses from The Creature from the Black Lagoon. They are unused, never been worn, never been bent. They're in a frame. I'm looking at them right now. Universal, listen to me. You've got 2 films. 2 films. You released Creature from the Black Lagoon in 3D on Blu-ray, but you had to have the 3D TV and the 3D glasses and all that shit to go with it. That went with the TV, folks. This is not the 3D glasses, the good old white and blue, or I'm sorry, white and blue, the red and blue, the red and green, whatever. This was something else. You had to have the TV and those TVs aren't really made anymore. They're not made anymore. The backlights were bad about going out in them, and it's like, from what I've read, if they go out, you have one now and they go out, it's like $5,000 to replace the damn thing, which is more than what the TV's worth. Universal has not put out a Creature from the Black Lagoon 3D since then. Universal, get your head out of your ass. Put a Creature from the Black Lagoon 3D disc out with the original 3D glasses, the old red and blue, red and green, however you want to fucking do it. Give us the 3D glasses and put it back out on 3D. What have you got to lose?
Not a
You're
damn
gonna
thing.
sell it. You're gonna sell it. Not everybody's got the damn 3D TV. Nobody buys them anymore. They're not made anymore. So what are you doing? You keep wanting to do a cash grab. You keep wanting to do. You're gonna sell it. Do Jaws 3 on 3D again. Give us a replica pair of the 3D glasses that came out when the film did, and give us Creature from the Black Lagoon in original 3D, and give us a replica. You're gonna make money. That's all you're about, right? Is making money.
Yeah.
Give us these damn movies in 3D again, man, because a lot of people haven't seen them. Because you make it damn near, but you got to jump through hoops to see the fucking thing. You've got the means to do it. You can't tell me that you don't, because you re-released the original Jaws in 75 in 3D and Real D that was never a 3D movie, but you put it in Real D. So don't tell me the technology ain't there.
Oh, yeah, most
Because
definitely.
I've got the damn ticket. I sat there and watched it. Which was amazing, folks, by the way. I mean, had it been like originally shot in 3D, it would have been 10 times better. It was great in 3D. I mean, the shots where, if you recall in Jaws, where the camera was like halfway in and out of the water, it's like on water level. I mean, you felt like you were in the ocean. That shit was intense. That was cool, man. I was very fortunate to see that. And but anyway, Universal, wake up. Get your head out of your ass. We're going to keep preaching this until it is done, folks. You who are listening, if you know someone that knows someone that knows someone, or if you know someone that knows someone at Universal or can get some kind of connections, please let them know this needs to be done. This needs to be done. It's going to make money. Why are you holding out? Like, is there a process? This cat is... Ah! She latched onto it. Would you like to say something?
No, but I'd like to eat the microphone.
Okay. She don't want to say anything. Is there a process that I don't know about? Is there something I don't know about that's holding you back? I don't know. I mean, let me know. But either way, damn, man, release these movies. I mean, shit, man, I'd love to see Jaws in 3D. I've sat here and watched it with the 3D effects in it,
Right.
but you don't get them in 3D. You just sit here and wonder,
Yeah.
I wonder what that looks like in 3D. You know? Hell, man, I don't know. Either way, look, folks, Jaws, what can you say?
Fantastic movie.
What can't you say?
Lame movie.
Yeah, exactly. Again, those who are going to be in the area, or maybe those who want to travel, the Shark is Broken is going to be in Greenville, July 31st through August 2nd. And you can get those tickets at greenvilletheater.org. If any of you guys are going, I know the wife and I have tickets for we have tickets for the 31st?
Yeah, 31st.
We have the tickets for the 31st. If any of you guys are listening to this and you're going to the show on the 31st, let us know. And heck, let's meet up or something, or, whatever the case may be, and discuss Jaws. And I mean, hell, that'd be cool as hell. Meet somebody that, hey, look, this guy, he's actually listening to us.
That would be awesome.
If not, we're going anyway. So
That's right.
Either way, Jaws. I mean, God, I can't say enough about it.
Right.
I really can't. I mean, it's
just one of those movies.
I know it will never, ever, ever be matched.
No.
It will never be redone. It can't be redone.
No, impossible.
But either way, here it is, folks. Jaws. How far are we into this?
Probably 2 hours.
2 hours and 36 minutes.
2.5.
2.5 hours, folks, of talking about Jaws. We have probably talked your ears off. We are sorry. By the way,
No, we're not sorry,
actually. Before we go, we do have to mention that we did get our packages for The Thing expanded. Woo! We are going to be reviewing that shortly. I'm not sure when we're going to. It's going to be in the next few.
Yeah, but it's going to take us a while.
It's this doc. Yeah.
Holy hell, there's going to be a lot of rewinding, a lot of what the hell did he just say, writing everything down.
Yeah, there's a lot in this documentary, folks. If you didn't get a chance to get it, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's out. You can't get it right now unless they decide to revise it later on. As of right now, you're not going to get it. Those of you who did get it, you know what we're talking about.
That's right.
It's going to be
Beautiful.
a lot of, yeah. So we may come at you with maybe something different before then. But we'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
On what we're going to do. But again, our Jaws episode, what can we say, folks? Jaws, a masterpiece.
It really is.
It doesn't get any better than that. I mean, there's been many movies. There's been, God, shark after shark. I'm waiting for the new Adam Green one, though. That's going to be interesting.
Yes.
The one that
man.
Adam Green's coming out with, this is going to be interesting. I think it's called, what? Descend or the...
I'm not sure.
Either way, folks. It doesn't get much better than Jaws, folks.
Nope.
There's other movies out there. Yeah, they're okay. They're good. But they don't hold a damn...
Nope.
They don't hold a candle to Jaws, folks. Either way, thank you.
Yeah.
For joining us on this episode, folks. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. Please continue to do so. Let's continue to go down this road together.
Yes, please.
And until next time, folks, thank you again. And remember, please be kind to animals, because we are the only voice that they have.
That's right.
Thank you, and take care of yourself.
Yes.